Hey guys, well we've been making some pretty good progress here with the Chevy Derby truck, the 86. Got the engine all pulled out of the thing. Sorry I haven't had a whole lot of videos, just been really busy with a lot of different things, and finally getting some time here in the last couple evenings to pick at this. Just you know, as the evening winds down, I come out here and pick away at it. So I got ripped the core support out and got that all pulled apart, got the bumper off, obviously got the engine out. Just tucked the like the fuel lines and the wiring and all that stuff, just tucked it up on top of the firewall, and we'll put that back together when the engine goes back in. And just got the engine sitting over here, so got that all pulled out. And failure mode, why are we even going through all this trouble? Well, we had the engine mount on the driver's side completely broke off. It literally sheared both bolts right off at the block. So if you guys see, I got the mounts down here. There's one, the other one's right over there, and at least that's where the bolts go to bolt to the mount, and it snapped the bolts right off at that block. I was able to extract them, thankfully, and I've actually got those sitting over here. I'm trying not to make you guys too dizzy, yeah, there they are. So you can see I got two of them snapped right off, and then just got the other miscellaneous pieces and parts here. Got the motor mounts there, and gonna be trying to reconfigure the way that I did it. I actually had built up a setup with more of a stilt to try to get the engine sitting higher. With it being a Ford engine, it doesn't like to sit into a Chevy cradle all that well, so we had to do some modifications, adding spacers underneath the mounts in order to achieve the height that we needed. And with these spacers that I originally had between the mount and the bolt head, it just didn't work. It sheared off the bolts. I've had a couple different attempts at it, not working, so we're just going to have to go ahead and just suck it up and add the material to the frame and just weld those blocks good and high. I've actually already started to try to cut them off at the frame on both sides. We're going to cut them off, weld new spacers in there, and then reattach it all. So hopefully here this evening I can get those cut off, ground, and then start piecing together how I want to do this thing. That's where we are. We got the engine all pulled out and just reconfiguring the engine mounts, and then once I get that fixed, it's gonna be all put back together. And then the drive shaft's already done. A lot of the other work is already done and it's ready to go, other than just body work. So we'll get the engine mount fixed up, get the engine back in, bolted up. Then we'll probably start with the core support, get that bolted in and then bent into shape, cut away all the excess metal that we need, figure out how we're going to do the front bumper. The rules do not allow us to actually weld any real plates to this thing. We're only allowed to bolt the bumper on. Gosh, I can't even talk today, guys. And so we can only bolt the bumper on according to the rules. So that makes things a little more challenging. I tried to use some of the stock bracketry, but I'm going to have to get a little more creative, and I'm going to have to definitely give the promoter a call about this one to see if I can maybe just weld some plates onto the bumper so that way I can bolt it on. So that's where one frame rail was, that's where the other one was, tore right into the thing. So we got to get a little more creative. The original mounts were farther to the outside than what I had. It worked, but was not ideal, so I have to figure out what to do. Might just pull the front bumper off that other Suburban and use that. So I just got the miscellaneous parts and stuff sitting back here. There's the drive shaft, there's the core support, and just some other miscellaneous hardware and different things back there. So there you go, guys. There's an update on the Chevy truck. We are getting this thing put back together at this point. So I tore it all apart, and now I've been reworking it, trying to fix it. I got to try to figure out how to get that header pulled back out too. Either that or replace it, but most likely I'll just heat it up, bend it out, and just make it work. So we'll just keep plugging away here, and hopefully the next video will have the engine sitting in place and ready to start this thing up for the first time this season. So until the next video, we'll talk to you later, guys.
What will people think?